As you could tell, or maybe you can't tell, we are sitting over the parking lot here in Salt Lake City. Look at cars. Wow. That's an awful lot of cars right there. This lot is huge. Oh my god. Look at this. There's even more cars over here too. Bunch of traffic on the road. Got trains out there. Wow. Car lot over here also. Yeah, that's a lot of cars. And this is real. I guess they had to build this lot way back in the day when they had the Olympics. Oh, this is where you live, Micah? Salt Lake? Yeah, man, look at it. This is crazy. This lot is empty. Probably the employee lot or something. But yeah, lots of cars in Salt Lake. Downtown Salt Lake City over here. That's downtown. Back all the way up to the mountains. And general aviation over here. What is this? De-icing trucks? Yeah, these are look like de-icing trucks. Yep, that's exactly what they are. Because when winter comes to this part of the country, it is crazy. So yeah, we are sitting in Mr. X's Salt Lake City. This is a payware, and this is a beautifully done airport. I think this is a hub of Delta Airlines. Yeah, I think Delta runs this place. Got the Delta hangar over there, maintenance hangar. They have all these gates out here. It's all Delta. Delta CRJ for the small gates and stuff. And short-term parking, long-term parking. There you go. But yep, we are sitting in Salt Lake City. And we are in the Ultimate Zebo Ultimate 900 B737. Here she is with the Alaska livery. What's up, Moses? Moara, welcome aboard, man. Good question. What's the difference in this update? A bunch of different things came out. This is rocking the 3.27 update and some specific stuff for the 900 here. We're going to be going over these things one by one. So I'll point them out to you as we go along and set up our flight. And we're going to be heading out from Salt Lake City over to Portland, Oregon. And once we set up and get out of here, I'll point out all the different things with this aircraft and all the changes that have been made on it. So it's good. Thanks for choosing Delta. Now we're flying Alaska today. Sorry about that. Some of these gates actually at this airport have actual flight numbers and departure destinations, but this is it. Exterior wise, it looks the same with the two Wi-Fi antennas on it. And it's just a stretch 737. It's just longer for the 900. But, as you said, there you go, Micah. It has the split scimitars. That's the big difference with the exterior. Split scimitar winglets. It has. This wasn't on the 900 before, so now it is. And it's pretty cool. But I also noticed some more textures here. If you look under the wing, it's more weathered now. It really is more weathered textures. With the dark spots and the dirt streaks and stuff. If you look at that, look at this. It's like dirty spots under the wing. I noticed that, and that's one key thing they have done with the exterior modeling on this airplane. Even the coloring on the engine, the back is different from this section right there, and that's just awesome, you know. And they've modeled it really well. That's one of the few things that I noticed with it. What else on the exterior, other than the split scimitars and the modeling? Let me do a quick wing view here. I think over the wing itself, they've added more dirty textures and some more lines for the wing walk. So that's what I'm seeing. But it's pretty awesome. Let's jump up to the cockpit, and while we talk, we're going to set up this bird. I think it also carries the new 4K textures. I want to say, don't quote me on it, it looks like it does, but hey, it's good. But while we're talking, let me do this. There we go. Batteries can come on, standby power, and emergency lights immediately. And let's jump down here and turn on the anti-collision light to, sorry, the position light to on, so people know we're on the airplane. We got some power up on battery. and we'll go here and actually go ahead and get some ground power. There you go. So that's firing up the ground power on it. Yeah, I haven't even looked on the inside, right? So there we go. I'm going to turn on the electric power since we have the ground power running. So that's it. That is good. I'm going to use a little bit of head tracking tonight. I'm actually using what's called face track, no IR. So basically it's just tracking my face as we move. Let me turn on the align here and give me a second. Let me grab my phone. Looks like it's running. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. And sorry about that, guys. Let us continue with setting up this airplane. I already had the IRS being aligned and have the position in it put in here. Ooh, what's that? Yeah. And what I did was put Salt Lake City as the original airport and came over to the route page, and it actually kept it in there, which it didn't do that before. It only had you have to retype it every time, so that's good. So that's another change that they made to the FMC on 3.27, which is pretty awesome. So we're working good. Let's see how much time the IRS have aligned. 3 minutes left to the align, so that's good. The HUD. The HUD doesn't work. You can pop it down. Let me show you. You can pull the HUD down here. No, here we go. Here, you can pull the HUD down, right? But it doesn't show anything in it. You could do a Shift 7 and bring up the 2D HUD, but then you have no access to moving around the cockpit anymore. And that's just a 2D HUD. But the 3D HUD does not work yet, but they still kept it up there. So let me just go ahead and put that away. There you go. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, flip that out of the way. So, hey. Tablet. Good question, Micah. No tablet. It is gone. And I'm actually sad to see that. They didn't put the tablet back in the airplane. I guess they figured it's going to be a lot of work, and to have it there sitting but not working, they probably just figured, you know what, let's just remove it until we get something working properly. But yeah, they took the tablet out, and that's one thing that I'm kind of disappointed about, but it's fine. Maybe they'll get back to it. We'll see. You know, but you do have the pop-up window here with the different things that you can I didn't see the split scimitar one. If you could turn it on and off. Let's do that. Hold on a second. Let's do a wing view real quick. There it is. Let me click this button. Nope. Can't turn it on and off. It's just there permanently. Now, wait a minute. No, it brought up a different window. Let's see. Variants. Scimitar. Nope. Oh, there it is. Wow. Uh-oh. That's new. Did you guys see that? You could do none. You could do split scimitar, or you can do blended winglet. Oh, that is awesome. Let me jump outside and do this. Oh, so that's something new on the 900 here. Let's make this smaller. There it is. So now we're looking at the winglets. We can do no winglet at all. So you have the traditional 737 without the wingtips. You could do just the winglet itself, or you could do the split scimitar. Wow. Nice. I like that. So you have an option then. Good. We'll leave the split scimitars on there because it's a 900. Let's look at the SATCOM, which is these things on top. You could do forward one only. Good. You could do both. And you could do the aft only. We'll just leave both on it. Didn't know that worked. That's good. Okay. What else do we have? We know we went over the cabin lighting. We'll look at those again. The door menu. Okay. We have the doors open, so we know that can open. And what's this? The backup truck. We'll leave that for now because we got better pushback. So, hey, that's a good surprise. Didn't know that we can actually turn that on and off. So that's another good feature of this 900. Wow, that is good. So, man, I'm happy for that. Let me just go ahead and connect to Squawk Box here so we can have it. We are going to be Alaskan. I think that is going to be what? ASA 2806. ASA. Alaskan Airlines 737-900 connect. Good, just in case we have some ATC coverage, but I don't expect any at all. Pretty good. Alright, so nobody to call for a flight plan or to get one going. So let me just put in the flight plan here real quick. It's going to be a really simple flight plan. And the flight plan today is going to be... one second here. So it's going to be from Portland all the way over to, I'm sorry, Salt Lake to Portland. Salt Lake City to Portland. And a couple of waypoints we got to go. And a couple of takeoff. So let me go ahead and pop that in there right now. First waypoint is going to be TWF. And we hit an airway, which is a J15, Juliet 15. And from Juliet 15, BOY. And from BOY, J163. And J163, BKE. And that's it. We go to JOBTA, JOBTA. Activate that. Cool. And as far as SimBrief is concerned, we're going to be using, we're going to go flight over 340, and takeoff is going to be runway 35. And that's going to be the TWF4 departure, runway 35. You know what? We're going to be using runway 34 right instead. Give me 1 second here and make sure that departure is going to be good for us. Let's do the Seagull 1 instead. Seagull 1. We're going to take that to TWF. Execute that. And then for now, we have the arrival in Portland. Is right now they're recommending for us runway 28 left into Hood 4 arrival. Hood 4. What is the transition? There is Bayer, DeFore, JNOX, JORAD, JOTBA, and 28 left. Ah, pretty good. So we are all set up. We can execute that, and we can put in a transition later on if we have to, or we can just go into the legs and check that in a little bit here, so how it's set up. So yeah, not bad. Let's check out the FMOD sounds. I'm running XP Realistic, so you're hearing some background noises right now. But let me go into the FMOD and see what the sounds in the Ultimate looks like and see if it's any different. We can start the boarding right here. Alright, that's the boarding start. And there's the captain announcements too. Alright. Let's pop on the APU in the meantime, get some good cabin temperature going on. And let's see how the APU sounds on this, if it's any different from the regular 7.3. We should be able to hear that start up there. And let's listen for that coming up. There it is, firing up. There it is. Awesome. Alright, APU sounds the same. It is firing up. It's all good to go. And we should wait for it to become available. It's slowing down. Alright, APU is almost ready. I might have to turn down XP Realistic sound here because it's a little too loud. Let me just go into menus real quick and grab the XP Realistic and see what it's doing. Fly with low XP Realistic. Yeah, 20%. There you go. That's better because it's overshadowing the regular sound for some reason. Alright, so APU is fired up and on. Yeah, let's turn off the... Yep. And let's go ahead and turn on the packs. Packs on. And we can immediately adjust the temperature on this here real quick. Good to go. Set the altitude, flight level 340. There you go. And that is good. Good to go. Not bad indeed. So far so nice with this airplane, and the graphics on it just looks good. Even they have the footrest now. It's usually where the pilots put their foot during the flight. It's not an Airbus. It doesn't have all that much room, so it's where they prop everything up. Let's see the captain announcements here. Play that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company and business. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Again, welcome aboard.
Awesome. And also, let's make sure we can set like a generic message. Announcement set 1.
2, 3.
Yes, run with that. That's generic message, so that's good for this particular airplane. Good. All right, let's go through the route page here. Make sure everything is fine. Let's go over to the plan mode and skip through it. We're going 3-4 right, so we're basically taking off to the north. And then we're gonna get vectors to Carver and Seagull heading west. And then we're gonna go to Jotba. We gotta clear that. Let's do this. And then delete this. And then remove this here. Execute. There you go. Alright. So we could step through this again. BKE, Jotba, and then we go on our final approach down to 28 right. Or 28 left. Perfect. So our flight plan is set to go. All we need now, I think, is just weight and fuel, and we can get out of here and see how this thing hand flies. I'm very interested to see how this airplane flies, and if it's going to be a good flight model like the regular Zebo. So we'll do that. I gotta put this back in. I think we need to be in pounds. Go into the settings here, see if it's in pounds or kilos. I think that's pounds. Could be wrong, but yeah. Alright, let's see how much... We're using Simbrief for everything here. So the total amount of fuel is going to be 16.0. And the payload amount is going to be 37.5. So 37.5, that's thousands of pounds, and that gives us a zero fuel weight of 137. Alright, we need a little bit more cargo on this. 128, 138. So let's make the payload 38.5 so I can match up with what SimBrief is giving me. There we go. My zero fuel weight now is 129. Give me 1 second here, make sure it gets right. 137.8. Alright, so we are good to go on that. So we got our fuel in, we got our weights in, we got our passengers on board, and we're good to go to get out of here. Pretty quick setup. We just got to get to V speeds in the perf. Zero fuel weight 129, and we're going to flight level 340. And reserves on this flight, we said it was going to be, what, 2.5. And the cost index is 5. Altitude constraint, no problem. We can get rid of that. What's the cruise wind on this thing? The average cruise wind at altitude is going to be 221 at 30 knot wind, 221. 030, and the ISO deviation is going to be minus 49 Fahrenheit. Transition is 18,000, that's good. Execute that. Outside air temperature is 30 right now. Wow. So we definitely got to cool down the cabin to make sure it's cool for the passengers. We're going to derate that takeoff down to 95 because it's so hot outside, so we need the engines to be at not full power, but close to full power for a good takeoff. Flap 5 takeoff CG is going to be 4.8, so 142, 142, 147. So our climb out speed is 147 plus 15, 157, and 162 is a total climb out speed. Awesome. And then we're going to be heading runway 34, so 340 on the heading to get out of here. Alright, we are basically almost done with the setup. Just got to pull up my charts here and see exactly where we are on the ground and what our taxi route's going to be and call for the pushback. So far, so good. I like this airplane. It looks good. It feels right. And we just got to get rid of all the catering stuff and the catering trucks. Let's do that real quick. Alright, so we can remove the back catering truck. And we close the back door. Oh, look at that. Look at the animation on that thing. Closing up nicely. I like that. We can move the luggage cart 1 and 2. And we can close the cargo door. It's coming in. Yeah. It closed really slow. Wow. Actually, I guess it's hydraulic, so it takes a while. Let's get rid of the second baggage loader. Baggage carts can go in the first baggage loader. And close up the other door up front. Let's close that. And then get rid of the first catering truck. And we can close up that front door there. Let's see. Yeah, this one is closing too. Let's close that door. There was a delay in closing this door. See? It takes a while when you press it for some reason. Not understanding why, but it does. It takes a good maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds. There it goes. Alright, so that's closed up. So the only door that we have open right now is the front door. And that's because the jet bridge is still there, so we'll leave that for a while. The GPU we can get rid of because we don't need it anymore. So GPU can go. Alright, everything is closed up. I think all our passengers on board. And let's get them seated and get out of here with our flight today. No smoking can come on fully, and the fast seatbelt signs can come on. Cabin temperature does look good. Temperature is good in the cabin.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until Karen items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all the passengers are seated.
Turn on the fuel pumps here. And that's cool. And everything else is on that we need. We can turn on the galley power too. And window heat can come on. It's hot outside, so we didn't turn them on earlier. Alright, let's set up the pushback, close the door, and get out of here.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
It's going to be a tricky little pushback here. Push back to this gate and then move it forward to here. Yeah. Awesome. My pushback lady sounds really nice today. So we shouldn't be starting it up until we actually start and get pulled forward, so we are away from the gate here.
Tow is driving up.
Alright, tow's driving off. Let us turn on our transponder. Transponder is on. Let's close up the front door, the last door here. Close up that front door. Good to go. And let's go ahead and have them arm the doors now. Turn on the anti-collision, can come on. It's good. I think we are looking good.
Boarding
Yes.
is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabins. Verify arm door standby for all call.
And that's our pushback truck. Now, if you guys haven't seen this yet, look at the texture here, just on this little soft,
Okay, all doors
cushy
and
panels.
hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yeah, texture on this is just beautiful. Look at that. It is gorgeous texture. That's the kind of work that these guys did to the cockpit. Everything else is bright. There's some wear marks I see under the heading select knob. We're going to head this up to 5,000 feet on the initial. There we go. And on the overhead, how are we looking? We are good on the overhead so far for a pushback. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nice. Did they close the cabin door? They certainly did. I'm going to open it back. I want to hear the announcements.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Here we go. Release the parking brake.
Starting pushback. And you may start engine.
There goes the jet bridge. And there goes our pushback. Awesome. Alright. On our pushback, we're going to have to kill these packs so we can get the right amount of pressure to start engine number 2 first. We're going to start right-hand engine first. But I'm not going to start the engines until we get clear off the terminal building, because he's going to push us back. Thank you for holding, sir. He's going to push us back here and then forward, so that's good. Oh, geez, just drive right through my airplane. Thank you. Appreciate that. Southwest. Come on, time to pull forward so we can get out of here. First Officer Phil, what's up, man? Welcome aboard. You like it, huh? You were flying it earlier today? Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Ray Varhotten, welcome back, man. Thank you for joining me. All right. Since we're going to be pulling forward, let's start up engine number 2. we can go over here and bring it to ground and make sure that we got rotation. There it is. We got rotation on the number 2 engine. And there it goes.
So many places to go in this world, and so many airlines that can take you there.
So we thank you.
For making the journey with us.
Thank you.
And now we'd like to answer the following safety videos.
All right, 17%. We'll get to about 22%. We'll give it some gas. And there's some gas. There you go. What if my volume is loud enough for the engines? Not sure it is. All right, but engine number 2 is responding. N1's coming up.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tail. Stand by.
Let me check my parking brake volume here. Give me a second.
So that you may follow along.
Audio config, volume, packs, airport, engine volume. It's up. It's good. All right, starter cutout number 2. Let's start up number 1. Watch it spin over. When is my next video, Ravar? This is it. Normally my videos are recorded from live stream, so what I'm flying right now is going to be available as a video maybe like 30 minutes after I finish the stream. So this is going to be the next video that you can watch. So if you miss it now, just check out tomorrow. You'll have it to watch. All right, here we go. 22% N1. Adding the fuel to it. For some reason I'm not hearing the startup sounds on these engines. Could be just me.
And bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Oh, here it is. I can hear it now from outside. Here goes the tug. All right, tug guy. See you. Sounds good though. Nice livery. I like this livery. Looks really good. And tug guy's there. Thanks, sir. He's got the key. All right, a couple of things that I need to do here is come up here and switch over to gens. Engine 1, engine 2. Come here and turn off the APU bleed. Turn on the engine bleed. Turn the packs back on. Window heat can come on. We already have the altitude set. It's in auto. So that's good for the pressurization. You can also turn on the yaw damper. And we got the fuel pumps on, and we can kill the APU. We don't need it anymore. Perfect. Come down here and we can go to flap 5. And let's see if these flaps come out. And here they come. Is the animation on that slow? No, there it is. Okay. No, they're coming. Perfect. Yeah, Revar. I'm from Linstead, St. Catherine, countryman. Alright, good. Flaps are out. Trim was 4.9. Trim's good. You can go RTO on the auto brakes. Turn on the Flight Director 1. Flight Director 2 is good. And let me just make sure we have the right altimeter setting for Salt Lake City. And altimeter here is 29078. And the winds are 010, 8 gusts and 16. 29078. Let's do that. Let's check this one over here also. Make sure. Alright, 29078 set. If the winds have changed on me here. 010, so out of 10, that's fine. So we're gonna have a slight crosswind coming off our left side, 8 gusts and 16. That's not bad. Let's do some flight control checks here real quick before we get out of here. Right, left, down, up, rudder, rudder. And I think I might want to recal my Resume flight. I want to recal my joystick here. Let me just see. Real quick. Yep, let's just recal it real quick. Sometimes if you don't recal it with these new updates on these airplanes, they don't fly good. So I want to make sure. Down, down. Alright, there we go. Recalibration is looking good, so. Alright, First Officer Phil, have a good evening, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. See you later. Catch the video later, alright? The Wing Flex Ravar, I'm not sure if they fixed it, but there was no new fix that came out since they released this update, so I'm assuming the Wing Flex on this is the same as the regular Zebo. I am assuming. I could be wrong on that. Alright, I think we are ready to go. We are ready to taxi out of here and head out to runway 34 right. Let's see where we are. Let me just bring up the charts on this. Here's a Delta. 34 right is to the right behind that Delta. So let's go. Yep. So I'll follow him, and he's in a Boeing also. Not sure what airplane. You know what? I think XP Realistic is messing with my sounds. I could be wrong. Because I don't hear my engine sounds. Plug in. Macros, XP Realistic. Let's turn that off. Let's check the sounds on this. I never really have to adjust my sounds. We'll see. Let's go here. Volume. Aircraft exterior is good. Interior is good. It's weird. All of a sudden it just went quiet and I'm hearing rolling sounds, but I'm not hearing engine sounds. Is that a bug? I think I hear it from the back. Nope, there it is. It was just from the interior. I'm not hearing it properly. Gotta check that once we get in flight and see why I'm not hearing it. Let me turn back on XP Realistic here. Alright, that's on. Does have the shaking effect. There we go. The ground roll, you can see the shaking. That's from XP Realistic. Now I must say that it feels like the nose wheel steering is a little bit more sensitive on this than it is on the regular Zebo. Could just be me, but it feels more sensitive. Yeah, I love the wings got that weathered look underneath. That is awesome to look at. Alright, let's slow it down. Got an airplane ahead of us here. He's going to take off. But I got to check out why I'm not hearing the engines from in the cockpit. It's kind of a weird thing. Let's do this. Landing lights can come on. All the lights, including the taxi, come on. We can go to continuous on the flight. Sit down the cabin crew there.
Prepare for takeoff, please.
There we go. And we're going to start the clock on this. Turn on the terrain radar.
Secured. Have a good flight.
And we'll wait on the 7-3 here before he goes. Delta. We'll hold short here for a sec while he goes. There he is. And let's watch him take off. And there he goes. Yeah, engine sounds are cutting out on here for some reason. Don't know why. Alright, let's pay attention. Got all the lights on. Let's bring on the strobe and steady. Yeah, I got the engines going all the way up, but no sounds for some reason. Gotta watch that. And we'll just line up here. We'll give him a minute before takeoff, before we go. Yeah, I hear roll sounds, but I don't hear engine sounds. And let's stop here for a second. Put on a park brake. And let me just check one more thing in XB Realistic and see. Alright. Atmosphere, engine. Let's turn that up. Engine start, engine stop, vibration, reverse thrust. I don't know what to say. Alright, it is approximately, let's see, he's about 5 miles out from us. Give him a little bit more distance and then we'll get out of here. Let me just extend the range on this. So we're going to do runway heading, then we're going to make a left turn to Corver. Yep, there he goes. He's at 2,000 feet now, above ground. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Auto throttle clean, come on. Spooled up the engine. Engines are cutting out sound on it. Release park and brake. N1. There we go. Knots checked. I do like the ground shake of the XP Realistic, it's good, but I think it's doing something to my sounds. Alright, coming up to V1 here. V1. Rotate. Alright, gears coming up. Keep the nose up 15 degrees. Here goes the gear doors coming up.
400.
It is climbing weak here. Let's increase it to 12,000. There we go. Awesome. As we power out of Salt Lake, we can bring up flap 1. Nose it over 10 degrees, pick up some altitude, and then once we get up to 210 knots, we can bring up full flaps. And we can go gear up, flap clean, heading select, kick on the autopilot here for a minute, and then I'll do a direct. Here we go. And let's level change it at 210. And gear up full. And let's go to 250 knots. And go to flight level 240 for now. It is rough climbing out of here, I gotta tell you that. It really is. That's the problem right there. Turn it off completely. Turn off XP Realistic. Don't need it at all. Absolutely don't need it. It is not working good and it sounds terrible. It really does. It's been messing with my sounds whole day. Now I know why I disconnected it in the first place. Now I know why. Alright, we are climbing out. Let's go direct Carver. Execute that. And put on the LNAV and the VNAV. And make that turn out to Carver. And here's a traffic off to our left, but he is fine. And this is what Salt Lake's known for. Just salty lakes, I guess. I got the airport off to our back there, and we should have the mountains. Oh, that is beautiful. That is gorgeous. Let me just see that one more time. Nice. Look at the clouds, man. Just look at everything there. That looks good. Alright, so we're on course. We're on climb speed. We're above 10,000. We can bring off the lights. And turn off the flight selectors to auto. We are pressurizing. Cabin is climbing, that's good. We have the altitude in. And the packs are on. APU bleed is on, PWE is on, that's good. And we can reset the gear handle and go to off on the auto brakes there. Good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that seatbelt sign is still on. Please remain seated. When the captain does turn off the sign, feel free to stand up and stretch your legs at that time. However, we do ask while you're in your seat, you please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case we do encounter any unexpected clear or turbulence. And for everyone's safety, please make certain all your personal belongings are free and clear of the aisle. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices. We'll be serving a variety of complimentary drinks as well as select beer and wine. In addition, there are other alcoholic beverages for purchase. Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our service on tonight's flight. If there's anything we can do to make it enjoyable, please don't hesitate to call upon us.
good. Wing flex in this looks good. I mean, I know it's not really bumpy right now, but the flex is decent. And if we do X Enviro and bump up the turbulent model to say 20 to 30, yeah, wing flex looks good. Can't complain about that. Yeah, that looks better than the regular Zebo last night. The regular Zebo last night had issues. It was just flapping all over the place like a bird, you know. But they said they're gonna work on it. I did put a thing in the org forum, and they said they're working on it, so that's good. All right, we're climbing out over Salt Lake here. This is the lake itself, and we're gonna make that right turn out. I mean, absolutely have to have ortho scenery in this part, man. Look how good this thing looks. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Very much. Very much. Alright, transition altitude has been reached. Let's go to standard. This just look gorgeous, man. This part of the world. Here we go. I could just stare out the window forever. Oh, look at it. Man. That's a screenshot right there. Call it the Zebo screenshot. Let me go a little bit wider and screenshot that. I like that. Alright, so the terrain radar works, which is good. The weather radar wasn't working in this airplane, and it should be working now. If we have any precipitation, we'll see. What is this?
1,000 to go.
That is interesting. What is that? Alright, let's go to the final cruise altitude of 340. Yeah, this is out the window here. This is totally man-made. I would love to know what this is. It's almost like a border for water, salt. I don't know. But that looks gorgeous. It definitely does. Beautiful weather though. Absolutely no clouds in the sky. Absolutely no clouds. Alright, but we are on course. And cabin pressure is still perfect. Cabin temperature is good. This is some sit out of here though. Lots of left and right turn. Also, they have the checklist now on the yoke. That's one thing that we didn't cover before. You have the config before takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist, we have AC set, engine start, which is to auto, landing gear up and off, auto brake is off, flaps up, no lights, altimeter is set. That's good. So we'll leave it there, and we'll do it on descent and approach. So on the yoke, you have the checklist, and it works. Jack Easter, what's up, man? Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining me. We are in the Ultimate here, 737-900, and it's a beautiful airplane. And it's got a lot of tricks up its sleeves, which one includes the split scimitar winglets now, which you can change to the regular wingtips or none at all. So, yeah, it does. Ooh, cabin interior. Didn't show you guys this yet. Because it's not the Delta, you don't have the Delta thing here. You should have the flight information here. I think there's a mod for that. I didn't install it, but I'll get around to install it one of these days. But this is a pretty nice uniform interior with the curves in the window opening and stuff like that. Alright, 4 more thousand feet to go to top of climb, and we're heading up to the mountains here to go over to Portland, and it is looking nice. For the life of me, I don't know how they did this texture. That's so sweet, this texture right here. If only they could put like a working checklist right here, like the IXCG, that would be beautiful. Absolutely would be. Alright guys, give me a second here. I'll be right back with you. Grab a drink of water. Alright guys, I am back with you, going through this airplane and just looking at the different features and updates that they have for it. I have to check into the avionic readout that's here for the altitude and temperature and outdoor stuff, because it should be here, and I know there's a plugin that somebody made, so I'm gonna have to find it and install it so I can get it on here for you guys for the seat back screens. But hey, it's good. If we ever do a night flight, I'm going to definitely show you guys the cabin lighting in this airplane. What's going on, Black Knight? Welcome aboard, man. He said, from what I remember, they separated up part of the lake to allow it to evaporate and then later gather deposited salt. Sluice gates or ponds allow for the transfer of water between the two gates. There you go. It looked like something like that. Awesome. So there you go, guys. I just learned something new. So they actually separate the lake for evaporation for one side and sluice gate to move it back and forth. That's why it's called Salt Lake City. Yeah, Black Knight, I'll leave it to you, man. You're the knowledgeable guy here, and I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So we should be coming up to cruise altitude, and we're already at cruise altitude, so we're good to go. Let's just let our honorable captain make some announcements and get the seatbelt sign off.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We've reached our cruising altitude. Looks like we are anticipating on-time arrival. You're going to head turn off the seatbelt at this time. Just remember, if you are in your seats, keep your seatbelts fastened in case we do experience any unexpected turbulence. Enjoy the flight, and if there's anything we can do to make your ride, to let a member of the crew know.
Awesome. I haven't listened to this particular sound set yet, but I like it. Let's turn off the fast seatbelt sign. It can come off. Perfect. Good deal. Alright, we're at cruise. Everything seems to be in order. Passengers are breathing. And cabin is pressurized perfectly. Lights are off. Good. One thing they did model in here, you might be able to hear it, might not, is the oxygen test. It's really low on the Zebo regular. So let me try this one here. Give me a second here. Yeah, you can't really hear it from here at all for some reason. Hey, what's going on, PC Master Race? Welcome aboard, man. Thanks for joining the stream. We are streaming somewhere over the upper northwest, going to Portland from Salt Lake City. Yeah, thanks a lot, Black Knight. These ortho sceneries are perfect, man. They are perfect, and I love them. Let me see if I can bring up from here where we are, so you guys can take a look if you're just joining me here. Let's see, man, it is loud outside. I can hear you guys now. Jesus, sorry. Hope I wasn't wrecking your ears or something like that. Something's weird going on with the sounds in this airplane. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, this is where we are right now. We are coming out of Salt Lake City, and we're heading all the way up to Portland, Oregon. Yeah. So we're in the middle of nowhere, basically. We're still in Salt Lake airspace, and we're going to go to Seattle airspace in a few miles here. But that's where we are in the world. We're on VATSIM, so you can also look at the VATSIM and see exactly where we are going. Yeah, why am I not hearing any sounds at all in the cabin in the airplane? Let me just see something here. Play this one more time, see if I hear that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck. We've reached our cruising altitude.
Yeah.
Looks like we are anticipating on-time arrival. You're going to turn off the seatbelt at this time. Just remember, if you are in your seats, keep your seatbelts fastened in case we do experience any unexpected turbulence. Enjoy the flight, and the same thing.
There it is. I think I hear it now.
Let a member of the crew know.
Good. There it is. I think I hear it now. Yeah, funny I never had any of these sound issues last night with the regular 737, but something is triggering the sounds on and off. I gotta look in the forums and see if anybody reported those kinds of issues at all. Wow. Little city, a little town down here. Farm country, basically. Now, they did admit that they do have a problem with the speed brake animation. It does work and create as much drag as it's supposed to do in a real plane, but right now the animation for the speed brakes doesn't work properly, and they're going to be working on that. But the results of all of that is that now the airplane, they say, is way more realistic as far as drag is concerned, and the 737 is a known airplane that has a slippery airframe, and so even the speed brakes don't work. The joke that they said and I heard is that they call the speed brakes the noisemaker or the rumbler or something like that. Pretty much saying that all it does is makes noise, but it doesn't do anything as far as slowing down the airplane. So you have to actually plan your descents way ahead of time, you know, and make sure you manage the energy of the airplane when you're descending, because you're going to run into problems with having it slow down. So that's one thing we're going to have to take in consideration now when we're descending this airplane. Yeah. But we'll watch out for that. Let me do a speed up this thing, as we like to do. Make it Mach 0.80. We're in cruise /0.80. There we go. So we'll speed it up. And also we can check and see when we're going to get to top of descent. We have 273 miles to go. So 110 Zulu. So we got about 30 minutes or so for our top of descent. 30-35 minutes in cruise. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I wonder if the terrain radar work on this side. Never tried it before. No. doesn't work, just the traffic works on that side. Alright, it's cool. Now we got some clouds back. Alright. Other than that, the stuff is behaving nicely. If you guys didn't see this before, I'm going to show you some in flight. Maybe it will work in flight and not break the airplane, but you can actually now change the wingtips. You can do no wingtip at all. Look at that. That's the standard old school 737, which actually looks really good. You could do just a regular wingtip, or you could now do a wingtip with the split scimitar. So you could now change it on the fly. Yeah. And then you could do the same thing here with the radios on top. You could do the back one, the front one, or both. Ain't that cool? So yeah, they've gone ahead and do that for us. So it's cool. Raging Pilot, welcome aboard, man. How you doing? You said that all of our are going to do a VATSIM group flight with me and you and another person. Yeah, that's a while ago. Yeah, I'd love to do a group flight, you know. And we could do an informal group flight too. I mean, whatever route I'm flying on a particular day, if anybody wants to jump in and fly with me, I mean, you're all welcome. That wouldn't be a problem with me at all. Absolutely wouldn't be a problem. If you guys wanted to jump in any of my flights and join me. And let's see. Oop, sorry. Yeah, so you guys are welcome to join me on any flight, man. But as far as planning a group flight, I know it's kind of rough with people's schedule. Especially if you're in Europe, it's early in the morning when I stream. Unless it's going to be on a weekend when, you know, everybody's available to do it. But it would be nice if we could get one together. Absolutely. And we hit some wonderful destination, you know, like Corfu or something. Yeah, it would be nice. These clouds look gorgeous. We got a mountain range off to our right over here. Let's take a look at that. Let's see. Yeah, we got mountains. Pretty nice. Alright, so you want to do it after I land? Yeah, no problem. Well, we're going to be landing in Portland. We can do a Portland-San Francisco run if you're interested in doing that. Yeah, so when we land, jump on us in Portland, Oregon, and then we do Portland-San Francisco. Yeah. I'll go ahead of you, and then you can come behind and I'll watch you land right behind me. Catch it on stream would be nice. Alright, getting a little haze and weather here. But it was a pretty nice discussion today on the org forum about the airplanes and the updates, and everybody seems to be pretty pleased with it, including myself. I'm impressed with the cockpit. I almost want to say that with this airplane the way it is now, I don't think I even need the RG mod anymore, really and truly. You know, the RG mod give us the dark cockpit textures and the split scimitar for the winglets, and also gave us the animated start button here that goes in and turn. But this is pretty good for anybody who doesn't have the RG mod to say, hey, you know what, you don't really need it anyway. Yeah, it is pretty good. Yeah, the Ultimate is definitely getting better and better and better and better, and I like it. You're flying the 190, the 1900D? Okay. You want to do a Bahamas flight? Yeah, not today on the Bahamas flight. 1900D is what you're going to be flying. I wonder if I have that in there. But in 1900D, it's not going to be able to keep up with the jet, man. That's the thing. It's going to be a little slow there. You don't have a tube liner that you want to fly? Because if we're doing Portland, we're going to do Portland down to San Francisco. It's about a 1 hour, 20-minute flight. For you, with a 1900D, it would take at least 2.5 hours or so. So, yes, fly the 7.3. And then one day we can arrange to do a GA flight. You know, I have a couple of GA airplanes that I can use. I can use a DA62, you can use a 900D, and then we'll do some Caribbean flights, some island hopping. Good, there you go. Fly the A319. Is that the tallest that you have? Yeah, fly. How to get views in the airplane? Pretty simple. Anywhere you put the camera, for instance, let's say you want to navigate to the back of the airplane, right? So you go here, you go to like a window or whatever, and you want to look out the window and find a view that you like. Like for instance, you want to get this engine view. You go out there, you find the engine view you want. Once you find the right view, you just click and hold on the control button, and let's say you do control 9, right? So now you do control 9, that saves it. You go back to the cockpit. Anytime you go back to the 9 key, just press the 9 key, takes you right back to that view. And that's how you save the views. All you gotta do is do control and any number pad, and that will save the view for you right there. So that's how you save your views. At least that's how I save my views. You just go back and forth in the cabin of the airplane, and you're good to go. Now I was trying to set up my face track software because my head tracking device is broken right now. Got to replace it either with a track IR or something else. And it worked for a little bit, but now it's giving me issues. And I'm using a software called Face Track No IR, and basically the camera just monitors my face, reads my facial recognition, and I can look around the cabin with it like that. And it works for the most part. I just can't move it around as fast as I did with when I was using the track hat. I can pan around the cockpit, look down, look around, move forward, move back. You know, I can move sideways with it. Yep. I can go sideways, turn around. That's pretty cool. It's like, call it 6 degrees of freedom with it. And for the most part it works decently, but it still needs to be fine-tuned before I trust it enough to use it on stream for you guys. I can almost turn around and look behind me with it. Almost. Somebody today said, "Hey, you should put it, your face in the lower left-hand corner of the screen." And I'm thinking about it, but I'm like, "Hey, you guys don't want to see my ugly face anyway, or my scruffy face, you know." But I'm using the camera for the head tracking, basically. That's what I'm using it for. And it works for the most part, but it can be too jerky sometimes, too abrupt, too sensitive. But it's not bad. It's almost like VR. Somebody, Milo Sanks is called, he streams in VR, which is pretty awesome. It looks really good when he does it. Turn it off before I get you guys sick. There you go. Alright. What is our progress? Yeah, Micah. Face track no IR. Yeah, you have to have patience with this thing. You can get it to work, but to actually fine tune it where you're not like straining your neck to look around and stuff, it's a pain in the butt. I literally sat here for hours just playing around with the different settings in it. And it turned out to be a pain, man. And you gotta have like a reset key that resets you back to center once it's all out of sync. Yeah, so I set up like a quick key to reset me back to the center position if it gets out of whack for me. But it's behaving itself right now. It also needs lots of light so that it can actually read your face and your facial structure right. It's not bad. Let's do this. Alright, 20 minutes to go, top of descent. We're going to start looking up ATIS and all that stuff for Portland, see what the weather is going to be. Once we get in there, then check it out to see. And every now and again I'll give a scan of the overhead, make sure everything is right on it. I know a lot of people when they stream, they have like an overhead shot of the panel. And it's all good, but it's not something that I like to do. I like to sit in the seat and tilt my head around and look at it like I would in a cockpit. But as long as all this moving around don't get you guys sick, you know, I will keep using it during non-critical phases of flight. Mike, can you send me the link to download the update for the alternate? Sure. I will find that for you right now. Give me a second here. I'll paste it in chat so you can get it. Alright, I'm searching it up for you right now. Save you a little bit of time. The good thing with the Ultimate, I think the thing with the Ultimate now, you can either download it from If you join the Discord channel, they have it there, and they actually separate it into 3 different downloads. One for the plane, one for the livery separate, and one for the paint kit, because it's a huge file. I think it's like 2 gigs just for the plane itself. Give me a moment. I'm trying to find it right now. And I will paste it in chat. Black Knight, you're saying, wow, just wondering, do you have the build for the face of track IR? Not a problem if toy don't off that fine. Yeah. Tried it once then. Now for the track IR, the face track IR, no IR, it reads your eyes and your nose, I think. That, from what I remember, it reads your eyes and nose, and it creates like a little diagram of it. Once it picks it up, it locks onto it, and you can move around. So, you know. Alright, don't worry, Micah. I'm finding the link for you right now. Give me a second here. Almost done finding it. Here we go. Links and downloads. Used to be easier to find it. Now it's not as much. Okay, Zebo mods. F mod. You know what? Huh. I thought it was in the regular place, but it's not. But I know I have it here. I used it last night. So therefore, maybe it's not as easy to find as I thought it was. Give me one moment. Alright, so I found the Google Drive for it with the latest release, and I'm going to paste it here for you. Give me a sec. Alright, there you go, Micah. So that's the direct link for the ultimate download. It's on a Google Drive. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'll look you up on Discord, Micah, and join you on that too. Not a problem. Alright, but yeah, I'll keep playing around with this face track here. The thing with face track, once you look away from the computer, you gotta hit the hotkey, get you back centered, and now you're looking at the panel. And it's funny because sitting in a cockpit, you kind of have this view right here where you're looking over the glare shield and you have to actually look down on the instruments. But I don't have as much a fine-tuned control over this face track as I should. It's still all over the place and kind of hard to control. It's way oversensitive right now, but I'm gonna keep messing with the tuning of it so I can have it right where I need it to be. Yeah, and you need good lighting in your face for the camera to pick up your facial structure and use that and lock onto it and not drop. Alright, let's go to Sky Vector here and see what the weather is going to be in Portland. KPDX. Portland International. Alright, let me pull it on screen so you guys can see exactly what it is I'm looking at here for Portland. So here we go. Portland is right here. And the weather says 320, 6 knots. So we're definitely going to be landing in Portland on the runway that we assigned in. So 10 mile visibility, few clouds, 6,000, few clouds, 30,000. Altimeter 2984. And no rain, no bad weather. We're good. 2984 is the altimeter. And there it is. Black Knight brought up everything that I was looking for. Thank you very much, man. I always appreciate you grabbing the weather for me that we're going to be needing in the landing. So, yep, same thing. 3206 knot, 10 mile visibility, few clouds, 6,000, 30,000, 2984. Let's put in an altimeter right here. 2984. So we got decent weather for the landing. No crazy stuff today. 2984. And then as far as the charts are concerned, if we do clouds here, let's go to airport, Portland. We did say we are going to be landing. Is that too big, covering up too much of the screen? Let me reduce the size of it. Give me a second. Do apologize. So you guys can see the scenery. Yeah. As far as the airport is concerned, we are landing at 28 right or 28 left. What did we put in here? SimBrief says we should have been landing on runway 28 left. So we have 28 left. We're going to be landing. So we're going to be landing on this runway right here. So we're going to be landing here, 28 left. And so we should be able to get off the taxiway by we get to Echo. And the terminal will be right there. Okay, so that's going to be landing. So good. And then SimBrief said that we are using the HUD 4. So let's look up the HUD 4 star, not Timbers, but the HUD 4. And the 28 left, 28 left ILS. And we can take out the SID. Alright, here we go. So this is going to be our star here. So we're coming in from Jotba, J-O-T-B-A, above flight level 240 to Soda, Darfur, Rabi, and then Hood. Hood to Berlin. And then we should get vectors from Schaefer. So Schaefer 210 knot at 6,700. Let's see if we have that in the system. That's the most important one. From Schaefer we should be getting vectors. Let's see if that's what we have in the FMS. Here we go. Soda, Darfur, Rabi, Hood. Berlin, Schaefer. There we go. 210 knots, 6,700 feet. And then that takes us on to the ILS, which is Hana 2,210. Perfect. So we'll bring this back up and let's go to the ILS and see what Hana is. Make sure Hana have the right altitude. And here it is, Hana we're picking up. And for Hana, 2,900 feet, Hana is 8 miles out. So we're going to intercept 8 miles out, 2,900 feet. And that will take us to 210, 28 left. Perfect. So the ILS frequency is 110.5, course 283. Touchdown zone is 23 feet. Missed approach, I'm sorry, the decision altitude is 306. Okay, 306 is the decision height. Alright, so let's put in a bunch of this stuff here. Let's put in 306 on this. There we go. That's the radial altimeter. Let's run it up real quick. 1, 2, 3. This thing moves fast once you hold it down. And then let's come down to the init reft. I'm going to do a little flap 30 landing, so 145, 30, 145, so about 150 we're going to be landing. ILS is 110.5, 284, or 283. So 110.5. There you go. Alright, so course is in, ILS is in. We have our ref speed, flap 40, and it's here, 145 is what we're landing, so plus 5 make it 150. And then we have the altimeter in, set, and then we have the minimum barrel set. So we're basically set up for landing here. Yep. So, yeah. I'd say we are good to go. Unlike the Airbus that requires the temperature and everything else under the sun, this is pretty straightforward and pretty simple, so we're good. We're currently in flight, 55 minutes already. Top of descent is coming up in about how many miles? Top of descent is 62 nautical miles to go, so we're pretty much on schedule as far as what we need to cover and stuff. Good to go. And it has been a very smooth flight so far with this airplane, so I like that, and I like that a lot. We are good to go. It should be beautiful landing in Portland. Hey, what's up, Alberta? Welcome aboard, man. Thanks for joining me. We are in the 737-900 Ultimate, going over to Portland right now. Aviation Gamer, what's going on, man? Thanks a lot. You're asking what's the update on this airplane? A bunch of stuff. Let me show you something that's going to wow you. Take a look at the wingtips right here. We got split scimitars now. Now we don't. We just have a regular wing. That's one major feature. We can go regular winglet, or we can go back to split scimitars. That's just one of the updates on this airplane, man. So it's got a lot more than that. That feature I like, though. Cockpit is 4K textures with some of the panels redone. Yep, it is sharp now. It's got dark textures in the cockpit, so no need for any kind of additional mod for that. Something I was talking about yesterday. I want to show you something, you guys something on the lighting for this. Let's look at some lights. Look at this light, for instance. Notice how the light bleed is not all uniform? That's because there's a bulb underneath this, and it shows you exactly what it would look like if there's a bulb. I'm going to want to show you something else. Let's see if the fuel pump does that. Same thing with the pressure pump. It looks much better now than it did before, you know. And this is the main example. You can actually see the bulb underneath the master caution button. In the middle, how it's glowing right here. That's just some of the little things that they did on this update that makes this airplane awesome. It really, really and truly does. The FMUD sounds have been updated, which sounds really good now. You don't have the annoying, repetitive talking in the cabin. And then the seat back, of course, always had the always had the flight information, but for some reason I think I'm gonna have to add a little mod to get this to work again as it used to, but hey, it's still there. Oh, by the way, the cabin is a little bit different now with the seats. Seats got stitching on it now. It's okay, looks good. And the main thing also, the model of the cabin is actually accurate for a 737, unlike the regular Zebo. Maybe not with 3 lavs back here, maybe only 2, but it's got the ovens in the galley, and the door is correct. Like a 737 door. Really ugly door. Same thing with up front. Let's walk up through the aisles here real quick and take a look. Yeah, Aviation Gamer, it's pretty good. The Ultimate is up there now. This particular model has a bulkhead right here. I'm not sure what the bulkhead is for. It's a thick bulkhead, but hey. These are the business class seats. They're wider. 2 row. Oh, look at this. This one is reclined. Interesting. And it has a curtain right here also. And you got the jump seat and the door. So it's not bad. Here's a slide. The raft slide. That's it. That's some of the things that they did with this. They did remove the EFB that they were working on. It's not in here anymore. Not sure why they did that, but they figure it's not done yet. The texture on places like this is just beautiful. Also on the footrest. Well, it shouldn't be a footrest, but they use it as footrest. It's pretty cool too. Well, yeah, that's some of the stuff that they did. But all in all, a beautiful airplane with some of the stuff they implemented on it. I like it. So that just gives you a quick run through and overview of what's going on here. Alright, now where are we from top of descent here? We got 20 miles to go. 20 miles to run. And we just got to do a recall check. That's good. Let's look at the checklist real quick and see what it says for the descent. Alright, descent checklist. Pressurization, land altitude. I said it was going to be 13. We'll make it 50. Anti-ice, not needed. Approach briefing and fuel. We discussed approach briefing. We didn't discuss fuel, but it's all good. And indicator airspeed and altitude bugs checked and set. Yes, VREF is set. That's all we need to go. So descent checklist is done. And we'll come back to the approach checklist here and the landing checklist. So I would say that we are on point, or on course to have a decent landing and approach. Yeah. Well, one more thing. The HUD does not work yet either. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Not sure how they're going to get it implemented. You could still move around it and look around it though, which is pretty cool. So the 3D modeling on this HUD is really nice. Look at that. I am turning my head all the way around and looking at it from different angles, and it works. Just they need to get it on screen. If they could do that, believe you me, they have a winner in this airplane. Yeah, let's stow it back up here. Yeah, that's good. Wonder if they, you know what, if this light works. It works in the Zebo. You can move it. Let me see if I can turn that on and get it to work. This knob right here. Let's see. Yep, it looks like it does work. Can't see it in the daytime though. That's the thing. Yeah, I would say it does work. It does. So that's good. Alright, reset MCP altitude. I'm getting an FMC message. There you go. So we got to start the descent. Let's bring it to flight level 240 as the initial descent altitude so that the VNAV can handle that. So you have the 737 Ultimate B25, is that what you have? I think they're at release candidate 8 now. So download the latest one if you don't have it. I'm not sure if the B25 is the latest. Alberto, he said, I feel like I ran 20 miles today after practice. Hey, that's a good thing, man. That's exercise. What can I tell you? Alright, our descent has started. Let's warn our passengers, let them know that we are descending. It says drag required. I think we're good for now. Let's make the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck here, we are on our descent. Seatbelt signs coming back on for our arrival. If you're up and about, please do return your seats, fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well ahead of schedule. Thanks again. Hope you have a nice week. Have you on the camera here very shortly.
Alright, thanks, sir. Nice, nice view. Okay, let's turn on the seatbelt sign. Come up here. Seatbelt sign is on. Awesome. Alright, so we're on profile, we're on speed, we are good with the descent here. So the airplane is behaving as it should. Oh, we forgot. We're going to do auto brake 1 on this. Let's do auto brake 2, yeah. And if you look on this screen over here, you can get an idea of how our descent is going to go. And heading into the runway. Good. So we are set. And we are descending over mountainous terrain here. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like. Alright, so descent checklist is done, recall is set, and airplane is set up and ready to go. Sweet. Alright, let's reduce our altitude further, bring it down to 10,000 feet. So we can continue the VNAV. And fuel is good. We have about 8,000 pounds of fuel on board almost. 6,000, 7,000 plus. That is good. And one thing that did animate also is the yoke turning with the autopilot. That wasn't there before. And that also looks good too. Drag required. Let me show you something with the drag. If you pull out the speed brakes full, it doesn't. Oh, there it is. It does animate properly on the Ultimate. On the Zebo, the animation on this was wrong. It didn't animate. It didn't show. Barely came up. So this works. Oh, awesome. All right, so we could stow this. Yeah, that's stowed. We don't need it. You gotta go back on the Zebo and check to see if the hydraulic and brake pressure is good on it. I'm not sure. Interesting. Alright, well, we're good. We are good for our descent. Let me just peek over the glare shield here. Yeah, that's in my way. Let's get this up and out fully. Perfect. Wow. Look at this mountain. What mountain is that? Is that Mount McKinley? I'm not sure. It's a huge peak. Can't miss that. Here it is on the terrain radar. You're thinking of streaming the baseball game live for YouTube? If you're allowed to, why not? Stream it, man. As long as you're not violating any copyright laws with the... As long as you're not violating anything with the league. Revar, yes. Landing in about 15 minutes, I want to say. 15 minutes or less. We're descending right now at 21,000 feet, so we're going to be landing soon. Let me give it a little bit of drag. Flight D10 can come up. Let's make sure that it's up. Yes, it is. We are good. And we can stow it again. Perfect. Do the range on that. Awesome. I just remember all the different stages Zebo went through with this FMS, single FMS only working, VNAV didn't work. I mean, he really put a lot into this thing, and look at it now. It's performing like a champ. His ground textures are really amazing. Look at the valleys down here, and then go all the way up to the mountains and the hills. That is pretty beautiful, I gotta say. Wow. I don't think I've never done this particular leg before, from Salt Lake over to Portland. Look at that. A little bit of wing flex. Let me turn down the volume on the exterior a little bit. I want to deaf you guys. But that looks good. Hey Micah, you got it? Good. You're installing the update? Perfect. You're going to enjoy it, man. Yeah, they're definitely making the Sims more and more realistic. I think ortho photo scenery and texture just made it a huge thing now with realism and the way it looks. Heck, we got some turbulence out there. I figure these mountains generate it. Alright, we're coming up to standard altitude. Good, we can go standard on that one. And we can go standard over here. I think I lost my sounds again. Let's do this. Something funny is going on with the airplane though.
We're on our descent. Seatbelt sounds coming back on for our arrival. If you're up and about, please to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well ahead of schedule. Thanks again. Hope you have a nice week. Have you on here very shortly.
Yeah, we lost our engine sounds, I think. Yeah, for some reason we keep losing it. There it is. Come back to this right one, and you get the sound back. I don't know. That's weird, but anyway, look at the scenery out here. That is gorgeous. Wow. Amir Haidar, thanks for the subscription, man. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the content we provide for you here, okay? Thank you. Ortho is to die for, yeah. Ortho is a 10 out of 10. This ortho scenery is amazing. Yeah, definitely. Gotta get ortho scenery if you don't have it, guys. Yeah, it just adds the extra realism to everything. And this mountain right here, I want to say, is that Mount Rainier or Mount McKinley? I'm not sure. Let's see what this side looks like. There's a river right here too, going through. And it's funny because the frames out here are awesome. I'm getting decent frames too. Very good frames. Pretty good. I want to check one thing here. I'm not hearing the sounds in the cockpit the way I think I should be. They're almost kind of quiet in here. Menu, advance, audio config, volume. PAX is up, airport is up, gyro, engine, AC, wind volume. Let's turn up the wind volume. Roll is good. I don't know. Weather volume. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll just work with that right now. Wow. There we go. Alright, leave it right there. That mountain is crazy. If I was a passenger on this airplane, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Do I have POV as default? If not, what do you have as default? I'm not sure if what do you mean by point of view. I'm not using a VR. It's just regular head tracking, and I set a reference position to center my head whenever I look in the cockpit. Not sure if that helps you at all. P, what's going on, man? Thank you very much for our subscriber to the channel. Welcome aboard, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate subscription. We're kind of low there. Hello. Wow. All right, let's pay attention to what we're doing. We just basically flew around a mountain. And we're at 10,000 feet. We need to be descending more. Let's get it down to 3,000. And get it back on profile. We're going to intercept at 3,000, so that's going to be the final approach and speed. We can bring out the speed brakes on this, slow it down, and follow the VNAV path. Yeah, we need to pay attention now and see what's going on. Stop staring out the cockpit window at the pretty mountains out here. I just can't help it though. Just look at it. Little lake right there. Wow. It's a beautiful country out here. It really is. I would be scared as a passenger just seeing all these mountains so close up. And this is the correct profile for everything. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would be a little bit scared looking at this stuff. Alright, speed needs to come down a lot. We need some drag. Bring out the speed brakes so we can slow it down. And it is slowing down nicely. There we go. Airport is going to be off to our right out here, about 20, 30 miles out. Okay. So, but speed's coming back. That's good. We're below 10,000. We can bring on the landing lights. Good to go. Seatbelt sign is already set. Alert the attendants. Yeah, we can arm this. Stow the speed brakes back. Good to go. Alright, we are on speed, on profile. As we're going to follow this river, I guess. I think this might be the airport out here. No, I can't zoom and see it. Not a problem. Oh, that link didn't give you the update? Alright, let me see if I can find another link. Because I have the... You know what? You might have to be on Discord. Join the Discord for the 737 Ultimate. If you're on Discord, join the Discord. If not, send me a request on Discord. Explain 1972. And I'll send you the link that way. That's probably going to be the only way you're going to be able to find it. This approach is kind of sketchy, man. Alright, so we are below the glide, which is good. And speed's going to be good. Let me take over. We're going to V-speed it. Descend at 1,000 feet a minute. Alright, we're good there. So that way the speed can come back. We're almost too low. Okay. Oh man, look at that. That's a good screenshot right there. Look at all that green. Look at the valley and the river. Wow. Alright, we should be joining the localizer here soon. We can bring it down to 2,700, I said, was the intercept. And get the speed brakes out just a little bit. We need to slow it down. And I bring it down to 210 is good for now on the speed. Alright, and the speed's back. Good. We can stow that. We don't need it. And no drag required. Awesome. Alright, so we are going to be intercepting at 2,000 feet at Hannah. So we're going to need to increase the vertical speed here, 1,500 feet a minute. Bring this back to 180 knots. Remember, we have to manage this now. And our field is going to be off to our right out there somewhere. I think that's the field right there. So it's going to be a short final. Let's turn on all the lights. Ding the cabin, make the announcement. Where's the pre-line announcement? There it is. Let's do that. That should do it. Stop making.
Prepare the cabin for landing.
Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yes, arm the localizer. And we can go to flap 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our gradual descent for landing, we ask you to take this opportunity to restore any cabin luggage you may have used during the flight. In just a few moments, the flight attendants will be coming through to collect all remaining service items. Please assist your flight attendants by bringing all seat backs.
And I'm going to go gear down, get us some more drag.
And double check the security of your seatbelts. At this time, all electronic
And I'm going to bring the speed back all the way to 150, which is going to be our landing speed. And VRR loc is good. Hit the approach button. And we're going to go to flap 25. And there's our runway right there. And we can go flap 30. Perfect. So flap 30 set. Let's arm the speed brakes. Speed brake is armed. Gear down. 3 greens. Lights are on. And we are set. Let's do the checklist real quick. Starts just a continuous recall check. Speed brake, arm, landing gear down. 3 greens. Flaps, green lights, landing lights. Good. Let's go continuous on this. Man, this came up on us really quick. Here we go. Alright, so we're at VREF speed. Let's take over the autopilot. And auto brakes can come out. Auto throttle, I should say. Yeah, there is definitely a bug going on here because I can't hear the engine sounds or any other sounds from the cockpit. It's going in and out. I'm going to reload this airplane on the ground here in Portland. Alright, I'm a little bit high. Let's bring the throttle all the way back. And I think somebody reported this on the forums. But anyway, there's the runway ahead of us. We're still high. So we got to bring it down to regain the glide slope. Alright, we got 3 white, 1 red. That's fine. We are still descending at a decent rate, maintaining a decent speed for landing, and we're hand flying it into Portland. Yeah, normally would be hearing the engine screaming just about now, but there's something going on with this mod, but hey, we're going to be landing it anyway. Alright, 2 whites, 2 reds. We could bring the nose back up, bring the speed under control, get our descent rate to like 500 feet a minute. Alright, on center line, on profile. Alright, speed's good. We are still a go for land. We're at minimums. Yeah, this airplane does hand fly nice. It does control the speed nice, so can't complain about that. A little bit off the center line there. We're going to regain it. Watch the speed. Alright, here's the touchdown zone. Keep the nose up. Keep the nose up. Alright, bounce it. Alright, reverses out. Nose can come down, auto brakes in. And there's the engine. We can actually hear the engine now. 80 knots. And we go to manual braking. Pretty sweet. And we can roll it off before we get to the other runway. Perfect.
We'll be taxiing to the gate for the next few minutes. We do ask you please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft is parked at the gate and the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Alright, I'll take that.
Please check around your seat
Start the
area for all your
APU.
personal belongings you brought on board with you today, and use caution when opening the overhead compartment.
APU is coming on.
Thank you for flying with us today.
Turn on
Hope you had
off the
fun.
auto
We
brakes.
look forward to serving you again. Thank you, and have a pleasant
Turn off
afternoon.
the lights. Keep taxi lights on. Turn off the engine selector switches. No traffic. We are good to go. We can turn off the strobe. That's good. And we're going to go up to the Alaska up there all the way. Alright, and we can turn off the pitot heat. Good. And hit the recall button. Nice. Let's taxi all the way up to the Alaska gate up there. Perfect. And let's turn off the terrain radar. Welcome to Portland, guys. Sorry about the sound. Let me stop the clock. 1 hour 28 minutes, so we're 2 minutes early, I think. I gotta check the flight time again. And we gotta bring the flaps up. Flaps can come up. Good to go. Here they go. And let's look for a gate. We're gonna go to the next gate. And not this one, and this one right here. And that's gonna be gate Charlie 9. That's gonna be our gate to park. Park right beside this Alaskan Airlines. Hey dude, you could stop, thank you. I mean, you're still blocking me, but hey. I'm just gonna run over you. Alright, bring it into this gate nice and easy. At least it's rolling good. We can turn on the APU. Good to go. And bring it forward there. A little bit more, a little bit more. Alright. Turn on the park brake. Engine 2. Engine 1 can be killed. Turn off the seatbelt sign. Turn off the taxi lights. Turn off the anti-aliasing. Here we go. We're here. So, Micah says, let's butter this. It says rip. This was hard. Yeah, it was the hard landing. I bounced it, I think. First Officer Phil, man, welcome back. Yeah, thanks, Black Knight. You said nice landing. Which is it? Nice or hard? We'll take it, man. Yeah, it. I think it bounced there. Not being able to hear the engines is a hell of a thing. Let's turn off the window heat for now. And let these passengers off this airplane. Alright, so flaps up, lights are off, we're good, let's do this. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Portland. And let's see where we are. It's a beautiful airport. So we left Mr. Rex's Salt Lake City, which is a payware. And this is a Mr. Rex, and this is a freeware scenery for Portland. Look how good this thing is. You could pick this up on an org store. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful scenery here in Portland. I mean, you can't beat this. It's just nice, nice to look at. It's got the ortho grass. You could see the cut marks from the lawnmowers and stuff. It's got the cargo side over here for UPS. It's got downtown modeled with all the buildings pretty accurately. And then the airport itself is just amazing. Even over this side over here. Over here is modeled really nice too. This is a freeware, guys. That's what I'm saying to you. This building right here, just that alone is worth it. Guys, people walking up and down. Got the parking structure. Got the CRJ for SkyWest over here. Got the buses rolling. Yep. Nice airport. It really is nice. Yep, we got the road going around the terminal. to drop people off. It's got the covering, which is like a glass cover for the terminal. So that's why I support Mr. Rex whenever he's got a airport that he's asking money for, because all his freewares are just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, good airport. Let's do